The second half is not a decline, it's a reveal. We are not stopped because of our age, we're stopped because of our thinking. I can prove this to you with the example of a curve. I am afraid of curves. Yep, that little part between the street and the sidewalk. 6 inches can stop me cold. I have had problems walking and I use a scooter. This is me in New York City. I'm going from Times Square to Soho, mostly with the taxis in the street, just looking for an on ramp. I was lucky to have knee replacement and hip replacement surgery, and as you see, I'm walking. And in my rehab, I went one day, and my rehab person said, "Here's a curb, step up." I went, "Huh, I can't do that. I haven't stepped on a curb in 30 years. She looked me square in the eye and she said, "Your knees are ready, but your brain is not." That's the kind of thinking issues we have. It's a Tuesday. I'm making my do list: mammogram, hearing aids, rehab, and it hit me 100% maintenance, 0% confetti. It hit me. I've gone backstage in a life I used to star in. What happened? I have more to give, more to say, and more to do. And there was still some glitter in the bottle. We've been sold a lie. Somewhere between lipstick commercials and rehab brochures, we've been told, not rehab, but retirement brochures, we've been taught that we should just sort of fade out into irrelevance. Have you heard the words midlife crisis? Little old lady? Do I look like a little old lady? And have you registered lately? Look at the choices. 50 plus? What if I live till 90? 4 decades in one box. It's everywhere. Well, I saw the movie The Notebook with my husband, and I had this summation that people just forget things. And when he's telling her their love story because she can't remember it, I started bawling my eyes out. I'm like, I do not want to end up like that. My husband said, he had a quick wit, "Don't worry, you won't remember it anyway." Soon after that, he passed away. Grief didn't just knock on my door, it moved in and rearranged my furniture. I had to be brave in ways I never wanted to be. How do you keep going? How do I love me? How do I choose joy? Well, we think of aging as tragic. Let me tell you what the real tragedy is. It's whispering inside your head, what if the best of my life is already over? What if there's really nothing to live for? That's tragic. You don't fade out, you find out. That's the second half. What's ironic is a woman who's 60 years old is actuarially speaking gonna live 26 more years. That's 9,500 days. And if she has a positive attitude about aging, she'll live 8 years longer. That's not really the problem. The problem is isolation. It hits your health like smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Connection isn't cute, it's critical, even for little old ladies. Well, you're going to start seeing some curbs out there. I named them just to make them fun. How about the Hope Erodin? The best of my life is behind me. Or what about the Worth Sealer? I don't even feel seen anymore. Or I love this one, the Identity Curb. I don't know myself at all. Or Dullness Tax. Your life feels beige and you want fuchsia. Futility Curb. Why bother? You would think these are not happening, but oh, they're happening. So what do? I say think pink. Right? P. Pause. Just get present for a minute. Don't sleepwalk through life. Presence comes before clarity. I. Identify what is it really that's stopping you. N. Nudge yourself. K. Keep it alive. Tell a few friends. Put it in your schedule. Make it something that you want to continue and celebrate the wins. I want to tell you what pink looks like. It is not pale. It's Rosie the Riveter, rolling up her sleeves and saying, "We can do it." Millions of women stepped up. Or the pink ladies in the movie Grease. Fierce, flirty, and free. I want to tell you about Charlene. She showed up to one of my workshops. She just paid because she said she would. Are we so reliable? But she stayed. And she didn't feel like she deserved to be there because she hadn't graduated from high school. She was in an abusive situation she felt like she deserved. But you know what? She stepped up and heard, what if? Now she runs a string of Airbnbs, sits on her wraparound porch eating sunflower honey. Or Diana, 82, a fashionista, confessed to me she didn't know how to reboot her computer. I said, "Okay, Diana, step by step, click by click, let's conquer this thing." She really felt like the world was passing her by. She's number 2 in her company right now, and she's jet setting around the universe with a running mate. She didn't just reboot her computer, she rebooted her life. Look at her now. Or Dorothy, an Olympic track coach, inherited a family farm in a very small town, and she stayed there out of duty. Well, she had to stay still. Then she sold that farm and she moved to the 14th floor of a high rise building. She is 92, safe and sound in her city state. Well, what about me? I'm determined and I'm going to have real just because I say so. And you know what? You're in the middle of one right now. Why? 30 years on the bucket list. 69 years in the making, and you're sharing it with me. Now, I'm just going to say, you can have a reveal if you say so. Ta-da.